Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as Total Organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Usha.
Let's start episode 268 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Lorelei, and she is our Total Organist student. She writes, "Dear Vidas, I think it might not be a bad idea, considering my case, to do a podcast or an article on how to keep the back and neck pain free and hopefully injury free while practicing piano and organ, etc. I must say I have in the last 5 weeks a very keen interest in the subject. Thank you for your well wishes, and again, thank you for your wonderful contribution to the musical world." Lorelei. So, Osha, have you ever had a back or neck pain?
Of course, I think everybody who plays instrument have experienced it.
Why do you think organ is so organists sometimes get this kind of pain, or more often than on other instruments?
Well, I think everybody who does, the sitting jobs get this pain. I think this pain is also often, in those people who, for example, work with a computer all day long. Because I think in general back doesn't like this sitting position, and especially when you play organ, because you cannot place your feet on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep them on the pedal board,
and they're playing, and you have to find the balance, and it's a very delicate thing.
So the spine suffers from it.
Remember at Musical Academy we had this friend Vitalius who had back problems many times.
Yes, I remember that.
So one thing that was recommended to him was probably some kind of yoga stretches. Don't you think that's helpful?
I think you need to be careful with yoga. You really need to know what you are doing, because you may, hurt yourself even more. I think in general, maybe not so much stretching is important, although it is important. As you know, it's important to strengthen your back muscles.
Oh, so that's where Pilates might come in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pilates might help.
Tell us more.
Well, what? I'm not Pilates instructor, but I know.
Is there one particular exercise from that program that you attend which helps to support your back muscles?
Yes, actually, it's very simple one. You just have to lay down
on the stomach.
Yes, on the stomach, and then you have to, take your hand and leg opposite side,
and
to
slowly raise them,
and then to put them down, and then to do that with the other side of your body.
So when you raise the right hand, you at the same time raise the left leg.
That's right.
And then you slowly lower them down, and you raise the left hand while raising the right leg.
Yes, so it should be always an opposite hand and opposite leg, or I should say arm, because you have to raise the entire arm. So basically this is a classical exercise for strengthening your back.
They also have this Superman, remember, pose?
Yes.
Where you...
Yes, although Superman is harder sort of, exercise. If you are just beginner, then you better, start with the first one.
Or a swimming exercise, you lie on the stomach, you probably raise a little bit your front, and with the hands extended, you do some kind of swimming motion, right? And the same with the legs too, at the same time.
So there are all kinds of exercises you need to try some of them. And of course, another thing, if you experience a pain, you need to do breaks between your practicing. You could not sit and play for a few hours in a row without exercising and taking breaks.
Taking breaks usually works for me every 25 minutes, every 30 minutes. I get also tired, and I need to take a walk, get a glass of water, stretch. I do this salutation of the sun collection of exercises. It takes only a couple of minutes, but then my entire body is stretched and warmed up and ready to do some work in many positions, not only in sitting, but I could do some strenuous strength training afterwards.
Another thing that might help would be swimming. Swimming is also very good for back and in general for your muscles. So you need to try some of these exercises or swimming. Another thing, you need to check if you are sitting right on the organ. Maybe your position is incorrect.
Right.
Maybe you are sitting too low or too high.
If you're sitting too high, then I think it's easier than too low.
Well,
for your back.
Well, it could be either way, because also if you are sitting too high and you try to reach the pedal board, you might injure your back too.
Right. So the classical sitting position on the organ bench is when you place the bench in parallel to the pedal board, yes, and when you sit, your feet have to touch the pedals, but only gently, without depressing them. And the bench should be positioned in relation to the manual so that your toes should almost touch the sharp keys, right?
That's right.
Naturally, while you relax your feet. Then you'll know you're sitting correctly and efficiently. Some people, move the left side of the bench further from the keyboards. Is that healthy?
I don't think so. Because in that case you need to twist your back a little bit, and I don't think it's good. Also, no, I found sometimes when you have to practice your hands on the different manuals. And for example, if you practice for a long time, and let's say your left hand is always above the right hand. Let's say you have the free manual organ and you practice the right hand on the first manual and left hand on the third manual. I had experience like this. And if you practice for, hour or two in such a position, your back is sort of twisted. It's also might hurt your muscles.
Right. So change the position of your hands frequently. Right hand goes on the upper manual, and then left hand goes on the upper manual, and vice versa. Switch them up. Maybe with each repetition of the piece, right? One repetition could be this way, and the second repetition could be that way.
Yes, and this is especially useful when you practice, for example, such piece as trio sonata.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also if you practice on one instrument and when you will go to perform on another one, it will be easier for you to get used to the new instrument, because you never know for sure how you will register, piece when you will be finally arriving on the organ.
Exactly.
On which you will perform.
I remember the time when I was a student, and it was really difficult to adjust on the situation when my right hand was supposed to be on the top manual, and then I had to switch to the lower manual because my professor suggested also this way. Now I understand I had to practice constantly changing the manuals.
Yes, and if your back problems or neck problems will increase or will not release you from the pain, I think it's better if you will consult your physician, because it might be something really serious.
Mm-hmm. Our advice is very basic and general. Of course, it is applicable for people who don't have a back pain but want to prevent back and neck pains in the future, right? But if you have something really serious and specific for your situation, obviously you need to check with your physician. Thank you guys, this is interesting discussion. We hope this was helpful to you. Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses, and all your help."
Robert writes, I found the fingerings, registration ideas, and general comments to be excellent.
John writes, I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor.
Robert writes, it has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching.
Ron writes, Hi Vidas and Osha, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Osha and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward.
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.